Sweden is set to join NATO this year, with Hungary's long-delayed parliamentary approval finally voted through. Sweden had long maintained a neutral stance in world politics, but Russia's war against its neighbor Ukraine invoked a sense of vulnerability. The invasion of Ukraine prompted Sweden to send military aid, including anti-tank weapons, helmets, and body armor to war-ravaged Kyiv. This was the first time that Stockholm offered military aid since 1939, when it assisted Finland against the Soviet Union. Russia's invasion had led the country to apply for NATO membership in May 2022, along with Finland. Sweden's membership was delayed because of opposition from both Turkey and Hungary. Now that the path is clear, Sweden is on the cusp of joining NATO. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes what Sweden brings to NATO. Let's get started. Before we proceed, a word on NordVPN, which is one of the most trusted VPN brands worldwide that has a no-log policy validated by Deloitte, an industry-leading Big Four auditing firm. NordVPN provides an encrypted tunnel that protects your privacy by preventing external entry to your internet traffic, as well as enabling you to access content that's blocked based on geolocation. Best of all, with one NordVPN account, you can secure up to 6 devices at the same time. Get an exclusive NordVPN deal with massive savings by going to nordvpn.com/defense or clicking the link in the description. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. Sweden boasts one of Europe's largest defense industries, reaching a valuation of $3 billion in 2022, with defense material exports surpassing $2 billion. Leading the charge in technological prowess, the nation's premier defense companies, including Saab with its JAS 39 Gripen and BAE System AB with the Combat Vehicle 90, produce cutting-edge equipment. The industry employs around 28,000 individuals, and this number is anticipated to grow. Given that several NATO nations are looking to increase their defense spending and enhance military capabilities, including Sweden itself, the Swedish military-industrial complex would play a vital role in strengthening the alliance. With Sweden joining NATO, all the countries surrounding the Baltic Sea, except Russia, will be part of the US-led military alliance. This has led some to label the sea a NATO lake, with the alliance now seemingly well-placed to strangle Russia's room for maneuver in the crucial shipping route if a war with Moscow ever breaks out. Baltic Sea is a critical maritime gateway for the Russian fleet, which has bases near St. Petersburg and in the heavily militarized Kaliningrad region. The shallow Baltic, called a flooded meadow by some in marine circles, has an average depth of around 60 meters, making it too shallow for the nuclear-powered submarines that comprise the bulk of Russia's submarine fleet and all of the U.S. navies. Sweden has 3 advanced Gotland-class submarines and one older model which will be retired when 2 new design Blekinge-class A-26 vessels are delivered in 2027 and 2028, giving it 5 by the end of the decade. While submerged, conventional submarines run on battery power. Most need to resurface after a couple of days so their diesel engines can run to recharge the batteries. In contrast, Swedish Gotland-class submarines utilize stored liquid oxygen in onboard tanks to operate diesel engines underwater, enabling prolonged submersion and minimizing the risk of detection. The country also has excellent knowledge in navigating the shallow Baltic Sea, which it's done since 1904. This situation complicates a vital transit route for Vladimir Putin's naval forces in Russia's backyard. Sweden, along with Finland joining NATO, also means expansion of the alliance's presence in the Arctic. Viewers may note that the Arctic's importance has increased substantially in the last decade or so. As the ice caps melt in the Arctic, it will become economically viable to navigate. The Northern Sea Route offers a significantly shorter shipping distance between Europe and Asia compared to alternative routes. By utilizing the NSR, shipping companies can save time and fuel costs, making it an attractive option for international trade. Northern Sea Route could make connectivity between Europe and Asia 40% faster, cheaper, more fuel-efficient, and greener. The melting of ice has also opened up new possibilities for resource exploration and extraction in the region. The country's air force is the largest in the Nordics and one of the largest in Europe, possessing about 100 fighter jets. With many more slated to be delivered in the upcoming years, Sweden is set to boost the alliance's number of fighter jets in the Baltic and Arctic regions. This will reduce the necessity for major allies like the United States to provide air surveillance and air presence in the region, enabling NATO member states to focus more on defending their own region. Sweden's homegrown Gripen fighter is one of the most lethal fighter jets in the world. The Gripen E, the latest generation of the JAS-39, has been significantly overhauled, which includes addition of a more powerful General Electric F414G turbofan engine rated at 22,000 pounds or 98 kilonewtons, allowing it to travel at a top speed of Mach 2. The Gripen E can also be airborne significantly longer than the previous iteration, as the internal fuel tanks are now 40% larger. The fighter can be equipped with an array of advanced air-to-air and air-to-ground weapons and would be able to hold its own against any Russian fighter. While the use of the Gripen puts it at odds with other NATO members that use Lockheed Martin-designed F-16 or F-35, force integration and joint operation shouldn't be a major problem. Sweden has formed ever closer ties to the alliance, joining the Partnership for Peace program in 1994 and the Euro-Atlantic Partnership Council in 1997. Norway, Finland, and Denmark have also signed the Nordic Air Commanders' intent in March 2023, with the goal of combining air capabilities to better deter Russia. Certain areas of the Swedish military have scope for major expansion, and the country's working on it. Sweden has earmarked 126 billion Swedish krona, that's about 11.83 billion US dollars, for its 2024 military budget, a 28% increase. The defense spending will be double that of 2020 and will exceed the threshold of 2% of GDP, which is what NATO members are supposed to allocate. So we can gauge that the Swedish armed forces will see a significant capability boost. In a few years, it'll become much more capable when compared to what it currently is. This will, in turn, benefit NATO.
Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.